Lucy, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to get started with some very simple stop motion. So this is a beginner's guide, so you don't need much to get started. All you need is a smartphone, and you need to download a stop motion app on it. Then you need a tripod, and it needs to be a good solid tripod so that it doesn't wobble when you take frames. And then you need a camera holder to attach the camera to the tripod. Then you'll need something to animate and a set or a background so that you can make a nice scene. It's quite important when you build a background to build it looking through the camera. Cameras have a field of vision, so the further away something is, the smaller it gets. So you need your background to be quite wide, and the things nearer are going to be closer together. So always build your background whilst looking through the camera so that you know exactly what you're going to get. The other thing to be aware of is lighting. So if you use natural light, the light's going to be changing all the time. So try to control the light source as much as possible. And I have these little LED lights here, which can just give us a little bit of light on the scene. Always checking to make sure what it looks like. Okay, a little bit bright there. Lower that one. And the other thing to remember is on your app, if you put it on auto, it might change exposure if the light changes. Okay, AL here. Tap to set and lock focus and exposure. So I'm tapping it there. I actually want to lock it on the character. And now I can press done. And now the exposure won't change from frame to frame. So that's how I set up my lighting. Let's start by taking a frame. And then down here you have your onion skinning, which basically gives you a reference of the previous frame. So you can see here, I'm going to start with small movements. So you can see a reference there. Small movements in the puppet make a slower movement. And larger distances between movements make a faster movement. So you can see these arms will come up quite fast. I find it easier to animate with two hands. Feel the movement of the puppet. So keep taking frames, moving. Remember to always move in a sequence. Hand's not turning. It's not really a proper animation puppet, but it's articulated, so it will do for now. You'll begin to realise after animating for a bit that some things are better to animate with than others. Okay, so you can check your work and play from here. I'm going to go back and change the settings. So you can play. See, it's moving quite slowly. That's because the setting it's set to 5 frames per second, but I think that it's much smoother to have 12 frames per second. You can go up to 24, 25 frames per second, but you're just doubling your workload. So I think 12 frames per second would be fine. So done. Okay, so we're starting to get some movement there. You can see a little bit of shadow in the background. There's loads to learn about how to make expressive movements and characters, and lots of different types of stop motion too. But the most important thing is to get started, have some fun and keep practicing. Please like and subscribe, and have a look at the blog where there's loads more information about how to do stop motion and lots of other sorts of animation too. much.